You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible.
What's going on, everybody? Eduardo Cardoso, and today we're gonna be talking about my experience using tuition assistance while I was active duty in the United States Marine Corps to become certified as a personal trainer, right? So I know a lot of you who are in the military, you know, maybe you're watching this and you're in the Army, you're in the Air Force or the Coast Guard, Air Force, whatever it is, I don't know. Or maybe you're gonna be a Marine, but then after the Marines, you wanna be a personal trainer. Completely fine. I'm gonna help you walk through that right now. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in a moment. All right, so I was in the Marine Corps from 2010 to 2014. During that time, I went on 2 back-to-back deployments. Trust me, we're gonna get to the TA. And that whole time that I served in the Marine Corps, I was constantly training, constantly deployed, and I never had time to really think about what I was gonna do when I got out of the military. So after my last deployment, I had approximately, I'm gonna go ahead and round up and say I had about 7 months before I EAS'd, before I got out of the military and then, you know, would get into the civilian life and move on with my life, right? Get out of the military, do my thing. And so during that time, I really panicked because I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? I didn't know, you know, I spent my entire time deploying and being a grunt, being an infantry Marine. So my priority was to be the best squad leader that I could be, to teach my young Marines for when I leave, right? That's what everybody should be doing in the Marine Corps, right? Set the next person up for success. You get out, you do your thing, right? You have the tools you need, you have your GI Bill, your home loan and all that stuff now. So I was scrambling, right? You know, I didn't know what I was good at. And then I finally came across one of my platoon sergeant, not my platoon sergeant, but he was a staff sergeant. And he actually was a certified personal trainer, and I would work out with him during deployments. And I had remembered this. I remember that he had brought it up before. So I went out and found him one day, you know, it was a work day, and I found him in the company office because, you know, he's a staff sergeant and he has other things to do than hang out in the barracks with us. And I started asking him, right? You know, by the way, pick the higher up's brain. They're not all out there to get you. So this specific staff sergeant, I asked him, hey, you know, a long time ago when we were working out on our previous deployment in our deployment gym, I heard you say you were a certified personal trainer. And he was like, oh yeah, I've been a personal trainer for like 10 years, dude. Like, what's up? I was like, how did you do that? Because obviously you've been a staff sergeant for, you know, 10 years, or I mean, however long you've been in the Marine Corps. I know you've been in the Marine Corps for, you know, a while because you're a staff sergeant. So how did you become certified? Like, don't you have to be out of the Marine Corps to do that? And he's like, no, dude, you can just do it online. And so he broke it down to me, right? He got certified, I believe, when he was a corporal or a sergeant at the time. Or I don't know. I mean, I don't remember the specifics, right? But he was in the military still when he got certified. And he told me that he used tuition assistance, which I had no idea what that was because nobody had told me about it. So that's what I'm doing here, tuition assistance. You can apply for it at the Learning Resource Center at your base. And if you don't have a Learning Resource Center, or if they've changed the name, go to DEERS. Go to DEERS, start there, go to IPAC and ask them, be like, hey, yo, how do I sign up for tuition assistance? Chances are that they're gonna say, you should probably talk to your platoon sergeant. Just say, yeah, I already did. He doesn't know where it is. Just be like, he doesn't know where it is either. And if they're like, well, what unit are you in? Just be like, just lie. Say you're in another unit because you don't wanna get anybody in trouble. Or, you know, if you have a good platoon sergeant, you have a good team leader, you have a good squad leader, ask them. Say, you know, how do I go apply for my TA? Because you are gonna have to get the approval from your first sergeant, more than likely, and your platoon sergeant, because in the military, you can't just do things without asking, right? But I'm giving you the information right now that you can do this. And so basically within the span of Monday through Friday, I got the green light to get TA from my platoon sergeant, my team leader, my squad leader, my first sergeant. I actually had a meeting with my first sergeant, and he, you know, I sat down in his office, so you may have to talk to your higher ups for a second, and he said, why do you want to use your TA? And at the time I was a squad leader already. I was a Lance Corporal. And I said, you know, or I was a corporal, you know, because I was getting out. And I said, I'm gonna be getting out of the Marine Corps, and I would really like to use my TA to become a certified personal trainer. So when I get out, I have a job. So I have something that I'm doing. And he asked me, he said, well, do you think that this is gonna interfere, you know, with you being in the military still? He said, I know you're gonna get out, but first things first, you're a Marine during working hours, right? You know, you're a Marine 24/7, really. And I said, you know, it's all online. I'll be able to do it when I'm off work. And even when we go training, obviously I'm not going to be doing it because we're doing training in the field. And so if you're not an infantryman, guess what? You know, they're probably going to say, well, you can't be doing this stuff in the office. And be respectful and don't do it in the office. You know, do it after work like I did and my buddies did. And prioritize your Marine time and time with your Marines, time with your company, and then your time to use your TA. That's what I did, you know, do it the right way. And, you know, over the course of about 3 months, I studied for my exams. I had three tests that I was gonna take. They were all online. It was through ISAA, I believe, or ISSA. Look it up, right? It's the International Sports Science Association, I believe is what it was called. It could change by the time you're watching this. I don't know, do some Googling, right? And I walked into that TA office, I gave them my paperwork, I printed out a couple things, you know, just some information. You're gonna have to do some legwork. I can't tell you everything. And I studied every night in my barracks. You know, instead of drinking, I would study, and instead of drinking and watching Netflix, I would drink and study and take notes, right? Take copious amounts of notes preparing for that test. And so I did those 3 tests online, became a personal trainer, became a certified nutritionist, and a certified rehabilitation coach, right? So I had 3 certs in the span of 3 months, and I was able to get out of the Marine Corps with my certs and get a job as a personal trainer for the next 3 years. So I'm done being a personal trainer. Being a personal trainer has actually helped me into the part that I'm at now in my life with health and wellness with my company, Brothers in Arms CBD. And that's where I am right now. So if you're interested in becoming a personal trainer and you want to do it for free and you're in the military, ISAA, you know, check it out, ISSA. You know what I'm saying, right? Check it out in the description. I'll put a little bit more information. Be sure to check out my newest company, Brothers in Arms CBD, in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Yut.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible.